Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. It's sure she support, bruh. Living up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better.
Testing, 1 2 1 2. Testing, 1 2 1 2. Live from ATL. Fans is throwing things in there at the Atlanta Falcons bus as they pull off. Falcons get destroyed. Let me just do the recap real quick. Interesting matchups. First matchup we had Broncos and Ravens, and I would say that's the upset of the round. Ravens was the #1 seed. Broncos came in and stole it on the road. They won 24-23. 2 turnovers for the Ravens, none for the Broncos. I believe that's the difference right there in the game. And Broncos move on to the AFC chip. My boy Dre had a solid season all year long. He had a couple of hiccups, but it happens. You know, no season is perfect. But nevertheless, he's 1 game away from the big dance. And, you know, he's coming to this game against the Chargers with a whole lot of momentum. I'm pretty sure he'll be ready for the matchup. Ravens, you know, I'm sure he's disappointed because he had the #1 seed. He had home field throughout the playoffs, didn't get it done. They actually won it done because they had a bye the first week. But, you know, I know the Ravens are going to come back and still be one of the top teams in the AFC next season. They're going to make a few moves. They ain't got to panic and make a whole lot of moves over there. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be. They loot everything they clean it up in. He'll get the job done. But Ravens had a great season. Nothing to hold their head down about. But I'm sure he's disappointed. I'm sure they wanted to get at least to the AFC Championship at minimum. You know, but Broncos ruined that party. Great season for the Broncos. They still rolling. Ravens, great season, bro. No lie, great season. You balled out. Next, we have myself against the 49ers. We got rolled through. We couldn't stop a nosebleed. We gave up 284 on the ground, 0 passing yards. I mean, you know, to add with 5 turnovers ain't going to happen. I always talk about if you turn the ball over that many times, you're going to get blown out, and that's exactly what happened. We drove down the field several times, had opportunities to get in, like, you know, inside the red zone. We threw picks, but you know, it happens, man. We couldn't stop the run to save our life. I mean, if our life was on the line, we'd be a dead man right now. If our life depended on stopping that run, we'd be dead. We couldn't stop anything, and by the time we did get some stops late in the second half, you know, the game was already over. You know what I mean? But we definitely gonna add to the defense. We got big holes over there. We just was able to disguise it. But all in all, man, I'm not mad at my boys. We took it as far as we could, and we went from not looking like we're gonna make the playoffs early in the year to making it to the divisional round. You know, what can I say? We just didn't stop the run. That's basically what it was. You know what I'm saying? 0 passing yards. You know, hey, you know, it's not the first time I've seen that happen on here. That's how this game is built. This game is built geared for the run. You know what I mean? That running is definitely OD. You know what I mean? And if you don't get a good game plan for it, you're gonna get killed, and that's exactly what happened. You know, we gave up big runs, and it was over, man. You know what I mean? It was over, and nevertheless, man, we're gonna bounce back. We're gonna bounce back next season. We got some draft picks. We made trades. We got quite a few draft picks. We got money, so we're gonna retool. We're gonna come back next season. We're gonna be strong ourselves. 49ers, #1 seed. They got home field throughout. They play the Cowboys next round, and you know, we're gonna see how they do. You know, we're gonna see how that 49ers rushing attack can do against that Cowboys defense. And nevertheless, good season for the 49ers. He move on. He's 1 game away from the big dance. Then we had myself. Then we had Chargers against the Titans. That's Core Lyles against Third World. And if I'm Third World, you know, I'm not really too upset. I mean, this was a good game. They lost by 14. He still was without. I'm sure he still. I don't think he still had Henry. I think Henry was still gone. And let me see. Was Henry still out for him? Yeah, he didn't have no Henry again. So I mean, and then the young boy Evans had a $169 on the ground. So I mean, Titans definitely. He definitely got. He definitely did his thing with the Titans this season. I can't take nothing from him. And if I'm him, I'm not really tripping too much. Yeah, of course everybody wants to win, but sometimes you got to be able to see the forest from the trees. You got to the divisional round. You knocked off the Chiefs. You know who was favored against you. You gave the Chargers a good battle, lost by 14. I'm pretty sure you're going to make moves to improve, so you ain't got no reason to hold your head down neither. You played good. You had a solid season. You won your division, even when you was losing the division all season. So, good run, bro. I ain't mad at you at all, man. You know what I mean? You definitely great for the league. You active. You play all your games. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you at all, man. Good run. And just, make whatever moves you got to make. Come back with them Titans next year. And I personally think he will be in the playoffs again next season. I'm sure he'll get it done. Chargers, they still rolling. They still, got a chance to bring it home. They going up against the Broncos next round. That's going to be an interesting matchup. These two got a nice little personal rivalry going on. At one point, Dre had his moments where he was taking him down. It was another league, different team, but nevertheless still a user. But that's going to be a good matchup. Chargers move on. Chargers been solid all year, and they got one more game away from the big dance themselves. Then we had Cowboys and Packers. I think personally this was probably the best game of the week, even though the Broncos and Ravens definitely had a showdown like no other. But this game was nothing less neither. Either way, Broncos, both games was much watched games, and Cowboys got it done. Cowboys ended up running for 200 on the ground. That caught Green Bay by surprise because we know Pearl is more of a passer than a runner. Don't mean he can't run. But he's capable of running, and then he got a nice O-line over there to go with Zeke. So that's a dangerous combination, along with D-Hop and Amari Cooper. So that team is deadly. That team is my pick to go to the Super Bowl from the NFC, and we'll see what happens. Great season for the Packers, man. He ain't got nothing to hold his head up about neither. He balled out with them. His game definitely got better as the season went along. He started off kind of slow, but then he picked up, got hot, carried that momentum into the playoffs, gave the Cowboys the scare, had a chance to upset them. At one point, just came up short, but I'm sure the Packers, as I said earlier in the chat, he's gonna be somebody to deal with NFC come next season because he's only going to get better. Cowboys are still rolling. They move on. They, pound for pound, I think got the best offense on paper in the entire league. That's from running back to old linemen to wide receivers. They got it all, and they move on. They will face the 49ers, and that will be a game to watch. And great season for the Packers. Congrats to the Cowboys for moving on. So that was the recap. Now we're going to get into the Final Four. The Final Four, Broncos against Chargers. As I just stated, these two got their own little personal rivalry, going on. Like I said, at one time, Dre definitely was knocking off Corlals, playoff during the regular season. Whole different. This was this league, but it was the other league with different teams. But pound for pound, as far as head up, I believe Corlals got more wins over him than Dre do over him. But all of that don't even matter at this point. I'm just giving you a little history lesson. Doesn't matter now. It don't matter. It ain't about what's happening then. It's what's happening now. And what's happening now is that the Broncos knocked off the #1 seed. Chargers, they had a bye. That was their first game against the Titans. Broncos had to go through the Ravens just now, and they went through who they play the first round. The Broncos played, I could just go back and check real quick. Broncos played the Bills. They took care of Marzelli. Honestly, that's a game the Broncos could have easily lost. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta take advantage when the person's down. Bills didn't do it, so Broncos win it. Now they're all the way in the AFC chip. Broncos they got momentum. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I'm gonna go upset in this one. I'm gonna go Broncos to advance to the Super Bowl. I think it's gonna be a close game no matter who wins, but I got Broncos in this one in my upset pick, and I'm gonna go Denver 31, Chargers 27. Next, the final game of the week, we got Cowboys and 49ers. I'm wondering if this game gonna get played tonight. I think it should. I know Playmaker got to work tomorrow. He get off late. So in order to hurry up and get the league going faster, the ideal situation would be for them to play tonight, and Broncos and Chargers, even if they don't play tonight, they'll play tomorrow early, and at least the Super Bowl will get played tomorrow night at the latest. And then we can move on and schedule this offseason and get things going. Now, I'm telling you now, I'm going to put it in the chat, but I don't think I'm going to let offseason is probably going to be done way quicker than what it normally is due to we don't know what's going on, with the latest Madden. So we want to be able to get as many seasons in as we can before that new Madden drop. Even though I'm hearing it's a serious delay in the new Madden, but we don't know for sure yet. Me personally, I believe it's going to be a delay, and we're going to see what happens. Hold on one second. Yeah, like I'm saying, I probably will still give 24 hours for the re-sign, but I think after that, I think everything else is going to be done. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I plan on, me personally, I'm going to put it in the chat, but me personally, I plan on getting everything done in 2 days tops, So in other words, if the Super Bowl is played, it all depends. To be honest with you, it all depends on when the Super Bowl is played. If the Super Bowl is played tomorrow night, re-sign will be until the next day in the afternoon, early in the afternoon. Because my thing is this: if you can't re-sign, I'm trying to get everything done at least 24 hours. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm trying to keep the ball rolling. If the Super Bowl is played tomorrow night, I'm trying to get the draft by Sunday night. Put it like that. Just put it like that. If the Super Bowl is played tomorrow night, I'm trying to get the draft done by Sunday night. I know it might affect others, but hey, no matter which way you go, y'all know I normally don't do things like that, but it ain't the end of the world if I decide to speed things up a little bit this time around. But we're gonna keep the ball rolling. But we're gonna see though. We're gonna see how this play out with these games. But hopefully we have the new season going on by Sunday night. That's my plan. Everything, the schedule and everything will be set. I'll put everything in the chat. I'm just speaking on it now because I'm speaking. But I'm just letting you guys know the process is going to be sped up a little bit. So, it is what it is. But, yeah, Cowboys and 49ers, I'm not sure if these two play in the regular season. But even if they did, doesn't really matter too much at this point. Like I said, ain't what was happening then. It's what's happening now. And, it's funny because the Cowboys lost his Week 17 matchup to the Redskins, but he still won the division based on however they calculated. To me, I think it came down to points. I think it came down to points, and I think that's what got the Cowboys the bye. But he limped. I would say he limped into the playoffs because he lost to the Redskins. So he had the bye. He just took care of business against the Packers, and the 49ers, they lost. Well, no, they didn't. The 49ers, they had to bye. They first game was the last week against myself. So they both had a bye. So they both pretty much on the same playing field as far as momentum and morale. But so at this point, man, I guess it's just gonna come down who have the better game. I think the Cowboys is more of a threat. Holds more of a threat than the 49ers. The 49ers, you know what he's going to do. Take it or leave it. He's going to run the ball. He's going to pound. If you stop the run, Cowboys win. The Cowboys stop the run, Cowboys win. What's more deadly about the Cowboys is that he have the pieces to put up over 250 in the air, and then he has the pieces to put up $150 or more on the ground. So with that being said, I got to go with the Cowboys. I think that team is loaded from top to bottom. They definitely have pieces on defense on that front seven that can slow down that 49ers rushing attack. And I'm gonna go with the Cowboys in this one, man. I think the final score is gonna be Dallas. I'll go Dallas 23, and I'll go 49ers 14. I'm gonna go 23-14. Cowboys over the Niners, and I got Cowboys and Broncos meeting in the Super Bowl. But you know, that's just a prediction. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, doesn't mean anything what I'm saying. This is just what I feel moving forward, and I feel like it's gonna be Broncos and Cowboys in the Super Bowl. But we'll see. Let the games begin. Congrats to those that moved on, and let's knock these last 3 games out. That's all we got left. 3 games. These 2 in the Super Bowl. And like I said, I'll put things in the chat about as far as how we moving for the off season. But again, you know, if the Super Bowl is played tomorrow night, I plan on having a draft on Sunday night, which means that the process is gonna be sped up. So you boys gonna have to keep up to what's going on. You know what I mean? Normally, you know, I normally give 24 hours for re-sign, but due to like, you know, we don't know when Madden coming out. We don't know how late the pushback is. You know, we trying to get in as many seasons as we can, man. We at the end of the era of this Madden. So at the end of the day, I don't think nobody should be getting tight when they losing sleep over it of how the offseason was ran. I'm communicating with you guys now, so try to work it out as best as you can. So the Super Bowl, again, the Super Bowl is played tomorrow night. I'm trying to get the draft by Sunday night. Next season done. Next season started by Sunday night. That's my plan. But, you know, we got to see how these games go. And I'll go everything in the chat, so whoever didn't see this, whoever didn't hear this, can read it. But that's my plan, and we're gonna see how I go from there. And hopefully y'all knock these games out. You know, even well, I don't know. Chargers probably at work. I'm not sure, but you know, tomorrow the latest, and hopefully the Super Bowl get played sometime tomorrow. You know, that'll be the best case scenario, but we'll see. You know, sometimes things come up and you know, guys can't play. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? I understand. This just a game. This ain't that deep. So if you guys can't play till Sunday, then it is what it is. I ain't gonna trip. You know what I mean? I'm just letting you know what my plan is should the games get knocked out. You know, but just keep me posted. You know, keep me what's going on with y'all games in the loop, and you know, I'll take it from there and see what's what as far as the scheduling. Until then, I'll holler.